We are live for Power Hour. Well, not really the whole hour, but just a little bit. We nailed this move already at open, and so now I have no obligation to trade. I'm just going to be hanging out here, although I would like to potentially make another trade, as I do have still some space and some room that I'm able to make on this account. All right, let's get these on. Let's see what happens, what the market's got in store for me this afternoon. Basically, I already nailed this play up here. We got long, pulled back out, got long after the strap. It's all recorded. I am not lying. I'm telling you the truth. And will you look at that? Right after the trap was set, pretty much pushed and took profit over here, locked in 3, left a runner. I actually added into this over here, which wasn't a great ad, and then I broke even on that extra runner I had going. So well, probably a good thing that we broke even. I would have not liked to have left this runner and given back profits, but again, that's the job of the runner. It's not to be predicting that the move is going to end. Never. It's just to take profit whenever it decided. Imagine this thing had kept on running, right? Then at that point I would have been feeling FOMO. I would have been feeling a whole lot of things. So I left that runner on. I didn't lock it in, and unfortunately that's exactly why I still have room that I can make, because I should be in the much deeper in the green in my opinion. So very simple plan for me right now. Above 24, it's the same play as this morning. This is a key level. It must hold. And if it doesn't, well, then we're going to go downtown and we're going to be selling. I wanted to take a long already off here, but hopefully maybe she wants to come back and give me another nicer fill a little bit down here. We'll see. But I do think we are going to be pushing higher right now. I don't know if you might have noticed or not, but pretty much the entire time of, I don't know, a lot of the times I stream, I'll be talking about bullish price, and that is for a very reason. It's for a very key reason of the fact that price pretty much loves to break higher. It loves to ride the trend, and even with the last 3 days they had us selling, we're right back up to where we were. It's pretty straightforward trading in terms of buying the dips. Very easy. Look at the hourly. This is exactly what I'm talking about. So the last pretty much 3 days we've been selling. You can see here that high. Boom, we make a top, we sell, we rebound, we do the exact same thing. We get denied at this trend line. Right now we're building a base above. I do think we can have potential to break above it. I'm just going to wait for that 350 algorithm. It's always a good idea to wait for that 350 algos to come on in and help us out. Sometimes they can be your friend, although most of the time they can be your enemy, so you got to be careful. Again, I'm just going to be waiting for price to potentially come back to that 20 area. Maybe we'll try a long off there if she wants. And yeah, but wow. We look where it gets denied on the hourly. It gets denied right at that pivot. Right at the pivot point it runs to, as you can see right there, and gets denied. Is that coincidence? I don't think so. I do not think so. These pivots I do like. They're like algorithms. I mean, I don't know how they're calculated, but see something here. Oh no, never mind. It's not going to be connected through there. Otro. Let's see if we can put on a last trade on here. I wanted to get long right here. I just wanted to wait for some more confirmation. Big picture. Gonna get that out of there. I think she wants to go, but I don't know. I gotta give this some more time. It's always better to wait, especially with the 350 algos. They can oftentimes screw you, so and as you can see, we solved that issue with the music. I'm gonna try and wait for an entry at that 20. I'm gonna be very interested at 20. I mean, I could take a little dip buy from here of 24. I do think we're kind of probably potentially making this into like a support, but I just really want to be patient. I want to wait. See something? Let's see what she's got for me. I like that 24. Like I said, I could buy that, but I just really want to wait for something a little bit better. Maybe back in here somewhere around this low 20s. That's where I want to be long. If it's going to hold, remember, at this point, it's a used up level sort of. So you got to be a little bit careful, right? If she don't hold that low, this low right here, well, I do think we're going to be heading down to potentially fill that gap that we have. It's a massive gap in the chart. So could happen, but as long as this low holds and as long as we're above this 20 area, which is that key level, which is where I want to get long, I think we can still go higher. Don't short support. Like, just wait. It's much easier to wait for it to break and then get short than it is to actually short here expecting for it to break, if that makes sense. It could, you could take the short and it might break it, but understand that you're running into a wall at the bottom here, and that wall is not easy to break. But it could, it very well easily could. Especially look how many bounces we had from here already. This is the overnight support at 8, 9 o'clock pretty much. Bounces, and then same thing. Higher high. Again, it's a support area that matters. It's not about higher highs or lower highs. I don't know about that. I mean, of course I know about it. It's just I don't trade like that. I don't trade higher high, higher high. That doesn't make sense to me. You could have easily said, well, look, we're now, I don't know, whatever. The point is, this is the key area. You can look at the chart however way you want. It's up to you. What's the dollar doing? We got a few minutes left before that algorithm kicks in. Let's see if today she's going to be my friend, or if she's still upset at me from the other couple of days that I nailed that trade at 350. Yes, I do compete with the algos like that. I oftentimes think that it is either your friend or your enemy, one or the other. The dollar, you can see, it's kind of in the same trend as ES. They're both pulling back after running onto the highs. So it's going to be interesting here whether the dollar is going to get denied here or not. Depending on what that does, that will give me a better idea with what we might be doing. NQ is pretty much doing the exact same thing. We're hovering right above supports. We gotta either go or we're gonna get broken down. Big time frame is pretty much very similar, very similar as this morning in a way. Look at it right here, pretty simple. We broke above. Look where it gets denied. I keep talking about these pivots. If you don't have them on your charts, I would suggest at least looking into them, how they can impact your trading. Look at this right here. We run right to the pivot, and look where it gets denied. It goes above, comes back below it, and pretty much sets a trap to the upside, right? And then we're heading on down. So we got to bounce from here and potentially retest that pivot, and if not, break it, which would be even better. But again, I'm not going to try to predict that it's going to do it right now. I can only hope and basically buy at support, which is down here at this level right here. And that wick at the bottom here must hold. It has to hold. Not because I say so, but because if it doesn't, this thing could easily reverse and we can go back towards testing some of the lower levels. So it's a little bit of a bullish momentum play that I'm hoping that we get at the end of the day. Whether we'll get it or not, I don't know. It is looking a little bit breaking like a breakdown trade, but I'm still not sold that it's breaking yet. If it gets to that 20 level, I'll probably be taking a buy off that 20. Actually, I'm going to have my order nicely set. That yellow or green dotted line is my order currently right now. We're either going to get it right there or we're not. Come on, ES, come to test that 20. And where's my stop going to be? It's going to be right below that wick. Because if that wick doesn't hold, well then, like I said already, I think we're going to be going down. It is a risky buy, to be honest with you, because we've had multiple bounces from this level again. So it's going to be one of those things that she's either going to hold or she's not going to hold. How's it going? We solved the music problem. So I'm happy about that. I don't know if you recall me talking about that music issue I had. So I'm looking at the book map. There is liquidity sitting at 17 and at 13. So I just want to be a little bit careful there. I don't want it to be hunting that's 13 level. Like I said, this 20 area is a little bit predictable to be buying right now, but I mean, I got to go with the trend. Look at this. Look how many bounces we have of this level. We nailed this trade already this morning. So I am not in any rush to be buying here. I already made more than enough on this one trade, which is going to try to scalp some points off this 20 area if we can again. But that morning was just too good. It was beautiful. It's all recorded and it's all... I don't delete nothing of my streams. Whether I do good or I do bad, it's all there. Worst day, sir, for me. What did you do? What happened? Yeah. How did you have a very bad day? I'm actually curious. Were you short this morning and maybe you got blown up here, or... I'm always interested and curious to see how others... I don't know. She ain't looking good. I will say that. It hasn't picked up my order yet, but it kind of is looking like she might want to test some lower levels. So I'm going to probably wait for a little bit of a trap. That's no good. Yeah, I mean... Yeah, that's rough. So I would probably... I don't know. If you can help her out, right? Maybe helping her out in whatever way you can. I'm sure that'll be probably best. That's... Wow, look at this thing. It's bouncing right from the top of my box there. Fuck. I mean, I wanted 20 either way, so I wouldn't have gotten filled there. Because my order was set at 20. I wasn't looking to be buying above there. It hasn't picked me up yet, though. My order's pretty firm at 20. Wow. Yeah, that's rough to hear, but I hope she can recover. And yeah, wish her well. And I was really hoping to get picked up at that 20 level. I have to stick to my level. I have to stick to my orders. I'm trade number 3 in the day out of 4. As you can see now, we are being disciplined. Pretty much, I trade with my XFAs a lot more disciplined than I have been with the combines. I've been a little bit weird with my combines. It's almost like I don't want to call myself a gambler with the combines, but it's like going back to trading combines after not trading them for months. You kind of get excited. You're like, you know what? I can go short, long. It's take a little bit of extra risk, but I'm done with that. It hasn't worked out well for me. I gotta stick to my plan. Ever since I started being more disciplined, even with the combines. I've been doing much better. So Trade 3 out of 4. One more trade, and that's it for the day. And all my trades have been longs. Well, this is one. Hopefully, will be a long as well. I'm not looking to be short nothing. Even here, like where I got long this morning, fuck, it sucks. I added another one there. I broke even and then dips. But whatever. It's still a good trade overall. We got back long here again. Let's see if right now we can get long at this 20 level. I'm really hopeful to get long. I'm not looking for no shorts. If she wants to sell end of day, it is what it is. But every time price comes to my support, I'm going to be interested in buying. Two left. But you see, there's like little bounces. Every bounce is kind of starting to get weaker and weaker, and prices diminishing, right? So it's just that's kind of the trickier end of day, whether we're gonna actually hold this low here. We have to hold this low, or else we will be reversing and potentially testing some of the downside. I think this is that beautiful looking trap on the hourly. You can see that there, and I don't know why I still have these up here. Let me get rid of some of these. This is the 15-minute. Will she break down this level? Can she do it end of day? It's highly likely. Like I said, we had multiple bounces of this. It's becoming very predictable. Look at it. One, trap below. Boom, boom. I got to stick to that 20. I know I've been adjusting my order, but if she's willing to pick me up at 20, I'll bid at 20. Just look at this. Trap, bounce. Trap, bounce. It's multiple times now. That's the only thing that worries me, that we've trapped already below and we haven't had a big rally from those traps. Like, for example, this one we had in the morning, right? We got this little nice trap, nice push, downward trend afterwards, and we still appear to be on that trend. Price is getting tighter. I don't want to talk too much into the level, but it looks like she might want to break down. But until she breaks down, I have to be bidding my support level. I'm gonna be bidding 20. It's just every bounce we get from a support, it becomes less likely that we are gonna be bouncing, right? But again, I mean, who's to say she won't do it again, right? So I'm gonna be sticking to the same plan as I did all day long. All day long, I've been saying the same thing. I would say really good. Just sticking to the plan. Like I said, we already nailed this move from the morning. There's no need for me to be trading here right now. But ever since I started implementing sort of the same rules to the combines that I do on my XFAs and my personal accounts, it's been a lot better because I haven't traded combines in a long time, right? So I went into this mentality that I could finish them in 2 days. And that was my mistake. That I'm like, it's combines, I can put on 5 contracts. Like right now, for example, I'm waiting for 20 very strictly, right? But what I was doing the past 2 weeks is I'll be buying 22 right now. I would have already maybe bought just because I'm expecting and trying to predict that the market is going to push higher, right? Because if I'm holding to a bullish idea, why don't I buy here right now, right? Problem is, if I put on 5 contracts here, it might come and dip to the 20, and from 22 to the 20 on 5 lots, I'm already in drawdown, right? So when I could simply be waiting here. In terms of what accuracy and all those levels, I mean, I would have to pull out my Top Step trading combine, right, to actually see and give you realistic numbers. So actually, we just got a nice fill to that 20. Now, like I said, this is dangerous because of how many times we've already bounced from this area. So I'm going to have my stop below that wick. That was what I said this whole time. Below this wick, I'll be out. And as long as she holds this, I will be in. Why? Because I understand that she might break down, right? She wants to break down. It's looking like a breakdown trade, but as long as that 20 holds, I'll still be looking for longs. So with regarding profit accuracy and stuff like that, I got to give you real numbers because I honestly, I can say whatever I want, but it's the real hard numbers on the account that matter, not what I think, right? And I'm not going to be pulling up those right now. That's more like a on the morning type of deal. Let's see if she wants to have one last bounce from here. We break down below this wick. You see this little break below there? This is that yellow line I had drawn up here. We're either going to go or we're not. The 350 algos are already here. That's exactly why we got filled at that 20 level, and it looks like she wants to break. I guess. I mean, there's always better ways to attract the audience, right? Like I can simply hide my entries here. You see how I'm hiding this, right? I mean, I'm showing you this, right? The best way to really do it would be hide this. I can pull up another chart here, right? And then I can be resetting accounts or buying new accounts on the back end. And I can very simply be putting 5 lots, 10 lots per trade and just show you the big numbers, right? Because that's what everybody really cares about, right? But like I say with my trading in general, I will always show you my entries. I don't delete no stream. If it goes well, it goes well. If it goes bad, it goes bad. So I'm more about transparency, whether like hold on, give me a second. I'm trying to see if I'm gonna get stopped out here or not. That's as far as I'm gonna give it. If she wants to pop from here, she will pop. If not, then you know. So I'm about being transparent on it. But yes, I can definitely try to attract audience through showing numbers and, you know, looking, you know, more aggressive with the way I trade. But I was only in on one there, so I just got stopped there. I'm not going to give this more wiggle room. Like I said, she was looking like a breakdown trade. It did look like we wanted to break lower, but I'm not going to take that trade. I'm not going to be shorting, even though now it's technically a good time to short based on my strategy. We finally broke down this level. We appear that we had multiple bounces from a support level. We are finally breaking down, but I just don't take those. I do not like them. So, but yes, it was looking more like a short, but I'm not going to try to predict that the market is going to actually break down right now because it already bounced. Look how many times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times from there. Is the 6th time the charm? I guess, maybe, but I'm not going to do it. That's not how I do it. Yeah, it is the loophole in a way. Like I could do that, right? But I'm not going to do that. That's like what's in it for me at that point other than growth? Yeah, I can try to grow like that, but hey, at the end of the day, I think recognize will always recognize real, and when it comes to like people that can put up certain big numbers, always that doesn't mean that you are able to replicate those results, right? So I'm always wary about that. I'd rather be trading one contract end of day. Like I said, we are on 3 trades. I'm trying to be disciplined with this. I don't want to just how do I get this thing to manage here? She was looking like a breakdown, like I said, but I'm not gonna take that. I guess what I'm trying to say is very simple. I can find other ways to grow. I'll grow naturally my way, and you know what? At the end of the day, if somebody can basically just get something from what I'm saying and learn potentially even a little bit of something, that would be great. But look at that. She's finally breaking down end of day. So I guess very good. Like this teaches me as well, right? Like after 5 times of support, we can probably take that short. Maybe I should have been more short bias there. But like I said, I'm never going to short a support that's been having multiple bounces. Multiple bounces, I'm not going to do it. You could very easily trap. And I'm not going to do it. It is a breakdown trade. Good for anybody that can trade that. It's not me, though. Let's see where she closes, and we'll wrap it up from there. Plus, what I'm trying to do here too is I want to have the combine done, all stream, all the entries, exits, everything, all my stupidity, and all my good as well, right? And then later on, take that payout, showing everything from the very beginning. It's still the same goal. We're gonna do it nice and easy, nice and slow. Just clearing these up for tomorrow. I'm not trading no more. That was my final trade. You can see that trade tracker. That's 4 out of 4. 4 trades on the day. We are still up on the day around $800, so can't complain. But yeah, like to your point, there's better ways to grow quicker, but like just I don't see too many streamers online that can have that 4 out of 4 trades and just basically tell you, okay, like don't overtrade and then actually not overtrade, right? It's very difficult for to do that. It's easier said than done. I'm gonna try to do it. It, like I said, it was a fucking breakdown trade. I had this feeling too. Instead of buying there, I should have been short. But could have, would have, should have. I'm not gonna be shorting into that. Maybe this would have still been a good short when it finally breaks down this wick. You can see that we're continuing to run lower. Like, yeah, I don't take those trades, but it confirms my idea of learning potentially more about breakdown trades, right? If you're not sure what breakdown trades are, I would look up. I would do your own homework first, what they are, and you can see that here. We have this massive support. We finally break above multiple bounces from this level until she breaks down the level, and when she breaks down, it's a nice waterfall lower. Those are the trades that you want to be taking. I didn't take it, unfortunately. I don't want them. I'm not in it for that. Could have easily reversed the same way all these other ones did. But yeah, looking at it in hindsight, we should have been short that 20 level. Look at that. Right from when the algos kick in. From the 20 all the way to the 10. 10 points right there. Beautiful. That would have been the fucking 600 I needed. Shit. It's all good. We're still up on the day. Can't complain. Tomorrow's another day. And she's still gonna go. This was the breakdown right there. Right at the breakdown of that day. If she couldn't hold that low, we're gonna go downtown. I don't like trading feelings, but like as soon as I got here, I'm like, this shit is gonna break down, but I have to follow my strategy. My strategy always says buy that support. If she keeps on dipping and bouncing off that support, keep on buying it. Sometimes it could have easily bounced from right from here. Boom, another squeeze higher. We'll wrap this up at 4 o'clock. Like I said, it was looking like a breakdown trade. I just don't take them. Look at the big picture. What a beautiful chart. You see that box I had drawn up at the bottom there? That's the area we had to hold. And we have a couple bounces. That's the hourly at the bottom. Finally breaks it down. We are testing some lower supports now. So would you ask me if I would have wanted to short out down here? No, of course not. Look at that trend line I got. That red trend line. We're bouncing right from it. And look how hard we're bouncing as we touch my trend line. Look at it. Do you think that that is coincidence? I say not. I think this is I maybe should have been buying that area where we look at that bounce from that look at my red line here. Like that red line doesn't move. I can adjust it at the end of the day, but during the day that red line will not move. Look where it bounces right from. Right from it. See that? Like would I had bet that we were going to break down there to go test that red line? No. All right, it's 4 o'clock. She's closed. She decided to close at that 16 level. Great. I think I already know what to do. But for tomorrow becomes a very easy day again. Pretty simple. Above these areas, it's gonna be another buy. But we'll see what happens. Tomorrow's another day. Take it easy. I am done. Have a good rest of your day.